You are now listening to the Electric Dreamz Podcast.
Oh, I know that you'll be fine.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Electric Dreamz Podcast. My guest this week is the homie Victor VKZ. I'm just so pumped. I got a chance to get him on the podcast again, and we just shoot the shit, just kind of like talking about music, life in general, what's going on, through this whole pandemic, and it was a fucking awesome time to just sit down and talk to him. So here's the interview. Yo, what's it good? What's going on, brother? Fuck, man. What's new? Besides your fucking latest release, WHINE UP, which is fucking killer, bro.
Thank you, man. Damn, bro. What is new? Not much, man. I've been trying to get a lot of ideas down, trying to lay down a lot of like little beats to have around to play around with later.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, just same old. Just been working on music pretty much. Nothing like crazy to say.
Yeah, bro. I've been seeing you working fucking almost every day. Like just going. I'm like,
Yo.
oh yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I try to do at least something every day because I don't know. I try to like I can't remember the exact quote, but it's like it's better not to wait for creativity to hit you and just like work and see what comes out, because the more stuff you do, the better chance you have of hitting something great. So I just try to like implement that and just literally fucking even if it's like an hour or 2 hours, whatever, or just an idea down or some shit. But I'm doing, bro. I'm like laying down shit. Actually, two things are new though. There's two remixes that I did that I'm trying to they're for two contests. So I'm trying to see if I can hit any of those.
Yeah, I saw one. What's the artist name that you're remixing? He
Glass
sounds dope,
Animals.
dude. He's like an indie artist, right?
Yeah, Glass Animals. It's like
Glass.
it's a band. It's a band from the UK, and I'm super like I'm a big fan of them because their music is super like interesting, man. It's just like it's very unique, and it's like a psychedelic indie pop, I guess, some shit like that.
Yeah.
But their production is it's super clean and super like unique. So I really like them, and they put out this song like a couple weeks ago called Heat Waves. It's super good.
Okay.
They said, yo, we're gonna give out the stems and we're gonna do a little remix cover thing, and you guys can submit whatever you want, and we'll do an official release of our favorite one later. So I mean I had that on my planner to work on it, but I was working on another remix, so I did this like literally the day before the deadline, like in 5 hours. I just like went for it, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. And the BPM on it was 162, so it was only fair for me to go for drum and bass, because it was just like it's calling a drum and bass beat. Like it's just
Yeah. When I fucking heard it, I was like, oh damn, he switched it up, huh? I was like, okay, because I thought it was gonna be a house approach, but no fucking way. It was like,
yeah, that, which was fucking dope, man. Like honestly, it paired so well with the like original vocals. Like I didn't have to mess with them that much, and it was a vibe. I hope they like it, man, and I hope they like it enough to release it. That would be like a dream. Can you imagine that shit?
Yeah, dude. I think it was cool because you went a whole different route. Most people probably could have done like either they would do. Depending on the style that people are trying to do, because there's just so many different styles you could go approach with that song. Especially it's at 162, but it makes sense for drum and bass. But how you did it wasn't like your typical drum and bass. It's like you put the VKZ, accent to it. You know what I mean? It sounded you, but with a different, like beat style and stuff. So, which I thought was so sick. I was like, hey, that was fucking dope. It caught my eye. I was like, okay, that's kind of cool that you. I feel like when you're approaching your music, it's like it's almost like the moment that you feel about that track. It's not like what you're really trying to go for. You know how like certain artists, you feel like they're kind of forcing it too much of their sound to the point that it just doesn't sound them truly. So yeah, I don't know what happened with the audio. I think it was my interconnection or sometimes it was my laptop. But it just started crackling. But this is part 2 of the interview.
That's way better. But
Okay. Where do we start from? Where were we at before?
I mean, I was just saying about the remix, but that one I really hope goes a long way. And then I have this other one, which is for this other artist, which is like the biggest shit for me. I don't know if I've shown her to you, Tash Sultana.
No, you haven't.
Yeah, well, she's like a huge inspiration and one of the like main points of reference whenever I make music. I was always been a huge fan. She's like this singer, songwriter, producer, multi instrumentalist. Like she does everything.
Mhm.
And I saw her live in 2018 before she was like super blown up, and it changed my life 100% musically. And I was already a fan and everything, but like seeing her live was like exactly. I literally traveled to New York to the Governor's Ball just to see her, which was fucking. I went alone to that festival just to see her. I was
Really? She was
like,
like, what style is she?
she's like psychedelic rock, pop to reggae. Um,
Okay.
it's super. She's so unique. I'll send you a couple songs so you can check her out.
Yeah, I gotta check her out.
But anyways, yeah, she released a song like 2 weeks ago or something called Greed, and she did this challenge where it was like a remix again, like producers do remix, and I'll choose my favorite one, and I'll release it as an official thing. So I had been doing that I did it for a week. Like I worked on it for a week straight, and I love how it came out. Like it's super, probably one of my favorite things I've ever done. But I haven't put it out yet because I recorded a video to it. I recorded like a little like a music video of me playing like some instruments that I played during the remix, like just pretty much that. And it's turning out super dope. So one of my good friends is editing it, and once it's fully edited, I'll put it out and on Instagram for people to see, and hopefully she fucks with it because it's super. It goes hard.
That's dope, bro. Like when you go to the concept of remixing a song, how long does it take you to, like when you first start, are you starting with like the main vocals or how does your process go when it comes to like remixing a song?
Well, both of these I only use the vocals.
Hmm.
They gave out stems for bass, drums, guitars, and everything, but I usually tend to want to give it a complete flip in the sense that I'll just stay with the vocals as a guiding tool for me. So I usually try to use them as a guide for okay, intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus type of shit, and then I'll build around it like my own thing. I'll usually for both of these I looked for the chords, for the chord progression. For Tash, for Greed remix, for Tash Sultanas, I looked for how to play in guitar, learned it real quick, and then I built a whole thing around it. For it took me a week to have the whole remix complete. For the drum and bass one, for Glass Animals, it took me 5 hours because I literally got the vocals, saw what key was in. I saw it was a B major, and I know that C major is a pretty easy key. It's like probably the easiest key. So I just transposed it one semitone up and got the vocals on C, and it sounded almost perfect still. So after that, I was just like, I looked for a sample of a piano that sounded dope. And that's how I went with that one. I had that piano sample, and then I just like literally added little things here and there, bass, like melodies, and then drum and bass things. So it was, these two were like complete separates. One took me 1 week, the other took me 5 hours, but I really fuck with both. Like,
Yeah, you almost love them the same way, whether it was like 5 hours to
yeah.
a week full. You mean it sounds like you just basically you want to recreate a song. Like let's say they approached you and you're just like, hey, what would you do with a song with these vocals and stuff? And you just like you took it and then work
Yeah.
around it. It just does it just help you paint better of a picture?
Well, yeah. I mean, I when I try to remix, I try to like really remix it. I try to flip it and give my approach of what I would do with that. So I don't like. I mean, I guess you can also like use the guitars that they put and stuff like that. But I
Mhm.
personally, I try to just like envision it what I would do, like putting their vocals on a beat of mine, basically. So that's how I see it. I mean, I don't know how do you approach a remix, because I know
With
you've done a couple.
It varies. Like I'm the same way when it comes to like if I have a full stems. Oh man, I'll take advantage of it. You mean it's so lucky to get like the vocals separated from the drums and all that. But like sometimes when it comes to a 2 track, I do as much as I can with those two. With the actual just the 2 track. But when it comes to stems, yeah, I just love doing like my own thing. Yeah, I'll use like for instance, I'll use the melody, but then I'll fuck it up when it comes to the drop. I want it to be wholly different to the point that people are just like, "Wow, that sounds completely different from the original one," and I like it. You know what I mean? For me, that's why I want people's reaction, and for me too, like I like it. You know what I mean? Because that's the most important thing is when you do a remix, is you want to do a flip or you want to remake the whole fucking song in your way that describes about you. Because it's like sometimes you hear remixes, it's like, they just, you know what I mean? Sometimes I'll do it. Like, definitely in EDM world, it's like you just use the verse and chorus, and then you fuck up with the drop. But
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
yeah, I know that because I used to listen to a lot of remixes, and in the EDM world, like you say, it's like pretty common to just basically almost kind of use the same thing and then just fuck up the drop. Sorry, fuck around with the drop. But I don't know, man. Like me personally, like I said, I just fucked around with the whole shit. Gave it a new chord progression, um, in a sense that it was the same chord progression in the verse, but then I switched up, almost kind of switched up the key in the chorus for one, for the
Hmm.
Sultana, and it literally just made a completely different song, man. You'll see when I post it, when I post that video. It's dope, but um, check out the original whenever you can, and then
Yeah.
you'll see that that shit is completely different. And I'm excited, man, because I'm pretty confident about this one. I hope everything goes well with it.
No, I'm excited because especially just listening to the latest remix you did, I was like, okay, this guy has so many, weapons in his sleeves. So it's like, you know what I mean? Especially when it came to Wine Up, man, I was so impressed by Wine Up. Wine Up is like, which number is this one? Is this number 7?
7, yeah, 7.
Number 7. Okay, so this is number 7 of your album. And dude, honestly, this is my favorite because it has the reggae style and kind of like, you know what I mean? It's so dope. And then so the singer on it, Samet, is that how you say his name?
Samant.
Samat.
I say Samant.
Sa-
The legend. I don't
Sa-
know exactly how. He's from Ghana, actually,
okay.
from Africa.
How'd you link up with him?
Yo, that's the craziest shit ever, bro. I was like, I made a beat. I made that beat for Why Not, like the day I came back from like IKEA and started decorating the studio, the one you've been here
Mm-hmm.
downstairs, and I made the beat, and I was like so fucking stoked about it, and I just recorded it on my Instagram story. I was like, damn, this beat goes off, and I'm like, who's got the vocals for this beat? I'm into some Afro Caribbean vibes, whatever. And then this girl, bro, that she used to go to the same to college with me. I hadn't talked to her in years, but bro, she literally hit me up, and she's like, yo, my brother-in-law, I think it's brother-in-law right now, He makes like Afro fusion songs. He's like a singer. Hit him up, and she sent me the profile, right? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, no way. That's exactly what I was looking for, like on point. So I heard a couple of his songs, and I was like, I'm gonna send it to him and see what's up. So I reached out and I was like, yo, this girl told me to reach out. You down to fuck with this? And he's like, send it through and I'll see. And he really fucked with it. And then he sent me back his vocals with his take, and
he killed it, man. He fucking killed it.
Killed it, right, bro? Like, it's especially what I love about that is that he left all this the right spaces on the song to enjoy, like the instrumentals. So the verse and whatnot and the intro and all that, it's dope. The woso, it's like woso and there's space, and then woso and there's space, and then woso mami señorita vaya, and then he starts, right, and that's dope. But then on the chorus, which is when the like saxophone and the trumpets that I made come in, that they're like going there, he leaves space for that. So he's like, big booty gal make it wine up. It's like, it was so good because he left space for the music to shine also. So it's like a good balance in between him hyping up and you just being hyped up by the beat, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel.
Nah, that's a pro. That's a pro. You could tell that's a pro singer because he knows. You know, pro singers know when to leave room for instruments and when to like sit back or be in front of the track. You know, that guy was serious. You know what I mean? Like what you said, when the trumpets like came in, it gave it space so you weren't tired of the vocals. So when the vocals popped in, you're like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, so, no, and he's got flow. Like the flow on that song is dope and it's catchy, especially that last part, like towards the end, where he's like, bounce pon the rhythm when I make it. Like I don't really know what he says because like he did it like a little bit in his language too.
Yeah. But that's what it gives it, like authenticity. You know what I mean? It gives it like that realness of like, you're like, oh yeah, that's a Guyana like vocal or dialect.
Yeah, it's actually it's called Akan.
Akan, okay.
Yeah, which is pretty fire, man. Just to have like woso means shake in that language.
Whoa, okay.
It was dope, but yeah, that last part, like I just love it. Just like how he said the thing that he said with the intonation, it just made it so Caribbean, like real, you know. So I was like, fuck yeah, dude, this is tight, and I'm so fucking stoked to have it like on a track, you know.
Yeah, and it wasn't like your basic like Caribbean track, you know, like you hear some of like, you know, but even those are fucking heater, man. I've been listening to some Nigerian Afro beat, and I'm like, holy shit. Even though you know, some of them have like the same beat style, it just sounds so dope when you hear like authentic Nigerian singer or rapper just like fucking on top of it. So I think that's what made it so special about your track, is that it sounded authentic.
I was stoked, man, and I called not called, but like I reached out to different playlists because I was like, I'm trying a new way to advertise songs and shit, like through Facebook ads and shit like that. But I was like, all right, let me see what I can do like with playlists and just like reach out to big Afrobeat playlists and shit like that. So I reached out to a couple, got into like 3 or 4, which was fucking like great. One of them is this one called Afrobeats 2020 that has like 6,000 likes or followers. And I looked up the person, right? And it's this dude, like this 24-year-old, but I think he's like from, where is he from? Oh my God, I don't know, but he's like Arab,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, he's
but like Arab, and then he has this like Afrobeat playlist, and it just like was so weird to me that like difference, but he really fucks with like I guess Afro beats and shit. So I talked to him on Instagram, and I was like, yo, bro, I got this song that I think would be like dope for your playlist. And he's like, send it, let me check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then he listened, right? And then he got back to me like, yo, this is actually pretty dope, man. I'm gonna add it to my playlist. And it's pretty unique too, which I was glad that he said that, because I was like, damn, I mean, I'm glad that these people I also can tell that it's like unique and different in its own way, still being like very much Afro-Caribbean, because that's the main vibe,
Yeah.
but unique. And I guess the factor ends up being also, at the end of the day, the beat that I made too, because it has Afro-Caribbean vibes, right? But once I got the singer, I was like, all right, this is Afro-Caribbean. Like, at the end of the day, like, this is that influence, but it's still, the beat had this like thing, like this vibe too, that was unique to it, which is what I really fucked with, like, at the end of the day, that it still had like a little thing to it that was unique.
Yeah, no, honestly, I thought it was it's great, but that's what transitions that's what kind of like pushes the genre a little bit. Like that is, even though it's not traditional Afro beat kind of style with his vocals, and then the beats, the rhythmic of it, it is quote unquote considered as Afro beat, but like it's your style to the point that people, that's what I feel like, that's what creates genres within genres. They'd be like, it could be like psychedelic Afro beat or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So
I feel you. I agree, man. I agree, and I know we've talked about that shit before too. Like,
about pushing boundaries. That's the most important as us producers, is pushing boundaries to the point, that it's, authentic to us, but might not be authentic to others, if that makes sense. That's what big, producers come out to, be great. Like, perfect example is like, Skrillex. Skrillex is like a perfect example of the time that people were like, what the fuck is this, robot sounding shit? And then now to, where he's at right now, he's making fucking crazy hits, but still sounding like himself.
Yeah, dude, that guy is just one of the greatest, like, literally.
Yeah, man. Imagine seeing him live, like back in like 2010, when he's like in the dark underground.
When he's making that bro step.
Yeah. I don't hear any bro step anymore, man. If I do, I'm just like, turn this shit off. I don't know. I just sounds a little.
Monsters and nice sprites.
Yeah. What are you listening now these days? What's kind of like catching your ear?
Let's see. I have here my like songs. Like 2 days ago, I was back into the reggae vibe, trying to look for new reggae songs.
You listen to that new J-Boog track?
No.
That shit's fire, bro.
Yeah.
He just came out with a new one. Oh, I forgot the name of it. I fucking had to look it up, but it's fire, dude. I'm like, holy shit. It's a little bit of himself, but like something kind of like he vamped it up with a new song. It's dope. Everybody should check it out.
Nice. Bro, I've honestly been all over the place, just like seeing what the fuck comes up. Oh, you know what I was in for a little bit? That's interesting. I was in the Brazilian like house hip hop trap thing.
Okay.
It's super like interesting. I even made a beat to it, like out of that style, because I was like so into it. Like, I have like 20 like songs in a row that are like just Brazilian fucking boogie.
Okay. What's the style? Like, what do they have a name for the genre?
Well,
I mean, because
they were calling it Brazilian trap,
okay.
but it's like there's this song, Skrillex actually produced it. I don't know if you heard it. It's called Maloquera.
Oh, I haven't heard of it.
It's like that. Like
I know like Major Lazer made a song with one of the guys, and he was from like the
little bit.
Villas.
Could have like Major Lazer vibes, definitely, but yeah, it's like mostly 130 BPM.
Okay. Yeah, because they usually have like a beat, like it's like dun, 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 dun. Okay.
Exactly.
It's
like
dope,
that,
bro.
And it's fire, man. I got like caught up in that shit for like a week. where I was just like listening to that shit straight. So I was listening to that, but other than that, I've just been like all around trying to listen to new music and
Is
it don't matter, like Spanish shit, fucking house shit, fucking I don't know, man.
just whatever kind of like we in the mood, right? Like it's like when you feel like, for instance, like when you feel like at this moment right now, like with the whole coronavirus, do you feel like you're listening more like upbeat music, or you just kind of like have you been listening more gloomy music?
Depends on the day of the week,
Hmm.
definitely. Because in the weekends, I don't try to listen to gloomy shit. You know, like I still, because I drink still, like I drink here at home and shit. So I I put music that'll like hype me up in a way.
Yeah.
Uh, but but on the weekdays, it really just depends. Like the other day, I woke up like wanting to listen music that I grew up listening to. Like I'm talking about fucking like Spanish music from the late '90s, early 2000s. So
Okay.
I was listening to like fucking Shakira, Ricky Martin, Franco Evita, like a lot of stuff and it was just like holy shit, Andrea Bocelli too, like all over the place.
Hmm.
But I was just like in feeling some type of way, you know, like I just woke up that day feeling nostalgic.
Yeah, yeah. No, I feel you. You almost kind of like you feel like did it. Like I'm kind of curious, like what made you want to listen to that kind of music? Was it because you're kind of missing home right now, or it was just like,
I definitely am, bro. Like I definitely am missing home a lot. I've been thinking about it a lot these days, but I mean, maybe it influenced. I don't know, man. I just woke up and literally at 6 a.m. I don't know if I had dreamt about it or whatnot, but like I, oh, you know what could it be too? I saw this documentary on Netflix. You know who David Foster is?
David Foster? Oh, he's the producer, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, that
like huge producer,
crazy
all
producer.
time greatest. He has this documentary and Netflix, and he produced and worked with Andrea Bocelli a lot.
Hmm.
So I think it's been 2 days since I see the documentary and shit, and I guess that triggered me because I saw like Andrea Bocelli and then Michael Bublé, and that music I used to listen to that when I was like in my house and back home. So I guess like 2 days afterwards, I just woke up with this like weird feeling of wanting to listen to that music, and then that brought me back, like wanting to listen to Andrea Bocelli and shit, and Michael Bublé just like brought me even further back to wanting to listen to like what I listened to back home, and that's how I ended up, I guess, listening to like all these Latin songs and artists that I used to hear back in the
No, it
day.
almost
Like
brings you back to your inspirations in a way, man.
the roots, yeah, man, for sure. It's just weird how that works, man. Like nostalgia in a way.
Sometimes you need a restart button. I'm telling you. I feel that way too. Like I'll get back. Like sometimes I'm like, dude, what was the music that kind of like inspired me to start even making music? So I'll go back, dude. I was fucking listening to fucking TLC, no scrubs, and I just got in a deep
Man.
fucking fire, dude. I got in a deep.
No Scrubs. Scrubs. Yeah, it's like
I might do a flip sometime soon. I gotta show you. Yeah, I literally download all these like 90 R&B tracks, and I was like, you know what, man? You know, that's the shit that I grew up with. That's the style I wanted, but I want it to be like current and do like a kind of like the EDM flip, but like my style of like
yeah,
Sugar Brown and stuff. Cause you know what I mean? I don't know, dude. Sometimes like the new music that's coming out, it's you know, it's nice, you hear it and then you're like, okay, what's next, you know what I mean? But like with the oldies, it's like, man, that sticks for a long time, bro.
timeless. You know, like is that what you listened to like growing up? Because you grew up here in the States, right?
Yeah, yeah, well, most of the time, you mean it varies, dude. You know, when you're your grandparents, my grandfather, you know, he would listen to Alejandro Fernandez, you know, all those guys. And so but my mom, she was like more, she had all types of music, man. She had you know, CDs like stack up to the yin yang, and it was like all types. It was like, you know, hip hop, freaking, you know, definitely Latin music. you know, soul music and stuff. So it varies. So like I would say my influence for music was from my mom. She would just play us like all types of music, and you know, I loved it. Even dude, even like people can trash it. You mean I like country, man. Country, like certain types of country is pretty fucking good, but I don't know, bro. It's just sometimes you just gotta go back to your old. You mean sometimes those memories bring back. Like, what's a song that kind of reminds you back home? Every time you listen to it, you're just like, that reminds me of when I'm back home.
Mm, uh, what's this called? The Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Hold up,
Oh,
Fleetwood Mac. Dreams, yeah.
dreams.
Yeah, that song, because my dad would like my dad would always like they had the CDs of like 70s rock, 80s rock and shit. And I just have a memory of being like in their bed like on a Saturday like 11 a.m., 12 p.m. and me being in their bed and they were like outside of the room, but that CD was playing and that song or like Little Lies by Fleetwood Mac too. Anything Cat Stevens, like all that shit just reminds me of like being home, you know, like being in my house in Nicaragua,
Hmm.
like being a little kid there.
Yeah, man. It's just like it's good because like sometimes you know though it sucks when it comes to producer we can't sing it. We most likely you know most of us can't sing as well as you know the professionals, but like the way we describe our emotions is through the beat.
Of course,
So
100%.
I
100%.
feel like you do that, dude. Honestly, like that. What I call you, your ear candy, bro. Like especially like Wine Up. I heard like this, like I heard it more at the end. It was like this, like it was like a perk, but it was like a synth perk. It was like it was the sickest thing, and I was like, man, that's so you. And I feel like you mean that's what you're doing more and more often. You're kind of like showing what you're, you know, what your style is, but with different genres, which I think that pushes, you know, definitely pushes me. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta step up my game because this guy is like, this fool is like already like 10 steps ahead doing fucking drum and bass over here.
Thank you, bro. But I was gonna say, yeah, I'm just trying to be better by each day. Like that's why I'm saying like work a little bit, even a little bit. Just like doesn't matter if you don't go far, but like at least open up the DAW and check something, make something. I don't know. At least that's what I try to do. At least a little bit every day. That way I don't feel like I wasted a day. Granted, there's some days like of course that you don't do anything because it's normal after like spending so much time. But I try to work, you know, on something as often as possible.
No, that makes you, you mean, a great fucking producer too. Like if you constantly start working, you know what I mean? Granted, there's gonna be tough days that you don't even want to touch your fucking laptop. And it was
Yeah.
kind of cool. I was watching this video of from Kenny Beats, and he was like, "Dude, that's why I don't have my studio at home. All I want to do when I come home is relax and stuff. If I'm gonna work on music, I go to a studio, and that's all I do. I just work on the music and stuff." And I've been thinking that lately because you know it's hard. You mean some of us can't afford to rent a space and do a studio
Yeah.
because I seen you move your studio around. You're not at your main studio now. You're in your bedroom now.
Yep. Yep.
Is that sometimes conflict? Do you sometimes look at the bed? You're like, ah, fuck. I rather just catch on the
No.
bed, or you just like, nah.
No. See, the thing with me is, I got tired of the studio downstairs. Like it got to a point where I was like getting where I didn't want to go downstairs, and that was like a
Oh
sign for
shit.
me. I was like, damn, something's like I don't want to go downstairs and make music. So I was like, you know what? It's also a room that doesn't have any windows. It's just like pure like enclosed space.
Hmm.
And I don't know if that had anything to do, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just move it and go back to like when I was in my bedroom in Miami. Like at least I have a window up here. So I moved everything here, and I haven't had any issues like of wanting to just go to bed. I try and work as much as possible here, and when I'm done, I'm done. But I just like to switch it up because if I'm getting too used to a place and getting like suffocated in a sense, I'll just switch it up. So if I get suffocated at this place, I'll go back downstairs. But right now, the bedroom's been good to me, bro. not gonna lie.
No, I feel you, man. Even like some simplicity spots like that makes great impression. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't need that fancy studio. Dude, you know, I'm the same way. I was getting tired of the studio upstairs and I was like, fuck, I ain't doing nothing. I'm watching YouTube videos, fucking just scrolling on the internet, and then I go downstairs and because sometimes, you know, I think the most important thing you gotta get in your studio is a comfy ass chair. I swear to
Yeah, of
God.
course.
I have a stale ass chair right now, and I put so many cushions because it's just uncomfortable. But when I go downstairs, I have a nice chair. I'm literally on the kitchen table, just like I can work from there. I don't know why, but I work better in areas like that, or go to like the park and stuff better than my actual studio.
That's interesting, man. But see, that's like that's you. That's a you thing. That you know that like you can do that and go produce like outside and go produce like to these other places. But I don't know. Like I don't know if I. For me, it's like I kind of have a space designated for creation, and that's where I thrive. I I generally don't feel too comfortable, like 100% comfortable outside of the space making music. Um, Not like I haven't done it, but I just like I feel more magic happening here
Mhm.
versus if I go another place. That's just like different people, different preferences, you know.
How come? Is it just because sometimes you get too distracted to the point that it just throws you off from your
Yeah, a little
concentration?
bit, and I feel like in my bedroom, like I have my bass, I have my two guitars, I have my piano keyboard, so I can be like tum 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 with one, then move along with the other, and then just take it and do it and jam. Because my production a lot of it times also involves like actual instrument playing,
Mhm.
and I can't do that like in the park. I wouldn't, you know, like it's more complicated to take my guitar, my bass there, plus a little keyboard, and then just set up in a park, like doing all that. I would just rather do it in here in my space, you know. And
Yeah, I feel you because you got everything in your arm's length. Compared to
yeah,
like you take your shit to the park, you gotta be worried. You know what I mean? Yeah,
and then
it's a sick
right
ass
on the other
skateboard.
side is my guitar with bass and shit.
So you literally brought all your shit from the downstairs to upstairs.
Pretty much in terms of instruments, yes, and monitor speakers. But my desk, I had a desk here for
Hmm.
actual job. Um, but yeah, instrument wise and speakers, I did bring everything. I'm trying it out for right now.
No, dude. I mean, it's. You mean by listening to your releases and stuff, it just feels like you gain more momentum. It's kind of funny because it didn't even feel like you were stopping. It kept out like you were just continuing stuff. So I get you. Sometimes you gotta move different areas. You mean I've been wanting to like I have had that feeling of like you know, maybe I should move the studio downstairs again because you know I before it was downstairs and I moved it upstairs again, and then now it's upstairs one more time. And for me, you know, sometimes like what you say, you just have to kind of get in your mind and be like, okay, this is where it's gonna be at. Just kind of
Yeah,
work it out with your brain. And maybe sometimes maybe it's my ADHD that I'm just like, fuck, you know what I mean? I gotta be in a different zone. Cause I love for me, dude, I love going to the park. I go to the park and fucking just sit and just fucking be in my headphones and just be inspired by everything around me and stuff. That's just me. I don't know. I don't need a fucking big ass studio like that. You know, it's nice. Like, don't get me wrong. You could go to fucking Columbia Pictures or something, or like go to you know, Paramount and just go to their studios out there. And you definitely get inspired by like, you know, the analog board and all that. But like sometimes I feel like you don't even need that shit to be inspired by stuff.
yeah, the inspiration is a very like what's the word? Um, Subjective thing. It's a
Mm.
very each person is different, and it comes in different waves and different things. So it really does depend on the person. Like I can go outside and then come back inside and be inspired from being outside, you know. And then you can be outside and be inspired being outside. It depends on the person.
And
Uh,
then depending, you know, also like trips. Like I've been trying to plan out like a trip to go to, but you know, since right now everything's kind of shut down again, so it's like kind of hard to decide. Because you took a trip out, right? You took like a little vacation.
I went to San Luis Obispo for
Hmm.
2 weeks. because I was getting super suffocated, and I wasn't like feeling it like music wise, I don't know. And the opportunity, like I hadn't been out of the house for like 4 months or some shit like that, and the opportunity came me there, and I really needed that shit, and it just like was game changer because I came back and I've been like oof, grinding, tack 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 tack. um so that shit was definitely much needed, bro. But
What was that feeling of getting out of the house and like, you know,
amazing. It was like surreal. And I went to nature. I went to like the beaches, mountains, Big Sur, like I went to nature, you know. It wasn't like I just went like to party and shit, you know, like
yeah, you went where like at Vegas and stuff, and you're just
yeah,
like,
exactly. I went like on a trip to search for inspiration back again in a sense, you know, and just like stop from being like so cluttered inside. Definitely helped, man. Definitely I came back and I've been working and just feel great, you know.
you feel new. You feel like a new man. You almost feel like, you're a new self. Did anything come off besides, music? Did you feel like, oh, I'm starting to start eating more healthier? Kind of you looked at
uh,
lives differently?
I mean, really, um, nothing big changed in that sense, like life wise. Um, it was more inspiration was because I came back to doing the same thing I was doing before, just like after a reset, pretty much. So the change was more musical in the
Okay.
sense of inspiration. Um,
But it's good. It's sometimes like what I say, people need a fucking restart button. I'm the same way. I need to get the fuck out of this apartment sometimes, but you know what I mean?
yeah,
Um,
man. Yo, but
just
like, what about you, man? What's like, what are you been up to? Like,
oh man, just fucking do the whole new style of the podcast. Just like trying to do the whole green screen over it. I bought a new controller and stuff, so I'm gonna do some new sets and stuff, and just trying to practice on perfecting the transitions and stuff. So I don't know, man. Just trying to be better at myself mentally. This like this whole thing, this whole COVID shit, just definitely opened my mind because I got sick at a moment. And I was like, man, I thought I had it, but
okay,
unfortunately, I didn't. But I don't know, dude. That shit was scary, bro. I'm telling you. I was like, fucking. It sucks to be sick that bad. This thing is. I don't know. I don't know. It says I was negative, but it felt like it
you
felt
were
like
keep positive.
yeah, man. It was weird because it was like a little speed bump of it. But like when you hear people that have the actual of it, like if you're not fortunate to have like vitamin IVs and stuff, and you could recuperate. People recuperate within 4 days. People that don't have that, they suffer for like weeks on end.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate, man. I don't know, dude. Just fucking seeing all this shit. But other than that, man, just been fucking, kind of kicking it here, just trying to find some inspiration, trying to figure out a new way to kind of market myself. I know you and I have been talking about marketing and stuff with the whole truffle thing, but I don't know, man. Like with me with truffle's been good. I don't know. This latest release free is doing like extremely well. It's like already up to like 12 to 13,000
Yeah.
plays.
No, it definitely like it'll get you the numbers for sure. Um what I was like sketch about is because it definitely got me numbers too as well, but I just
Yeah.
don't know if they're like bots playing or real people playing because I had two songs in it. They were doing almost exact same numbers.
Hmm.
Um, from the exact same places. And I've been reading and seeing a lot of posts about like never paying to get on a playlist because it's usually, but now I'm like, I don't know, because for example, I saw a couple of the Afrobeats playlists that I reached out to. They like two or something that are the biggest playlists. They were like, oh, we run these playlists like as a marketing promo thing too,
Hmm.
and charging as well. to get on the playlist. So that made me be like, whoa, that means like a lot of these big playlists, genre wise or whatever, all of them are charging to get in there. And it makes sense because labels will pay for their artists for them to put their songs there and be there thousands of like months, and that's how that they keep getting keep getting numbers and numbers and numbers and numbers, which makes fucking sense. That what I don't know, and I'm not sure if it's like 100% real people. Like for example, the Afrobeat ones, it looks like it's real people because it's one's from Nigeria music, and like that's what's big in Nigeria, and it's a genre specific playlist, so it does make sense. But for example, Truffle, it's not like genre specific. It's a free for all. Like I've heard songs there on that playlist that I'm like, what? Like super like
mediocre. Yeah, real bad.
And it was just weird because also the name of the people in it, it's like a marketing thing. Like if you go inside, I don't know if have you done like a little research of the people like in
Yeah, actually, I looked in Truffle. Actually, you know, what I mean, when I was talking to my guy, the marketer, um, yeah, it just, you know, what I mean, you look at the numbers, you know, the numbers seem pleasing. You definitely, you're like, oh wow, that's nice, that's doing well. But I get you when you like look at it, you're like, is it really? You know what I mean? Because I investigated and then try to look because like it's weird because Truffle like is associated with a couple artists that are pretty big right now too. You know, they're not like A-list, but they're, you know, they're like the B kind of like the up and coming. There's one girl that Purita. She's like a singer and stuff. Yeah, you should check it out. I think Truffle on their website shows it. So they're associated with her. You know, I don't know if they helped her grow her. You know what I mean? Because but it's weird because they don't listen to the song right away.
right.
When I talked to my rep, I was like, you know, I told them I was like, here, I can send you. You know, they're like, no, just send us the link to the SoundCloud or to the Spotify, and then we'll repost it
like without listening.
Which is a little off-putting.
Yeah, right. It's kind of sketch because you're like, then this is weird because if you're not like doing like a selection process, or if you're not like really hearing and seeing like what the fuck is up, then is it really you showing that to everybody? Because
I don't know, bro. It's you mean now it's
money, bro. Like the it's expensive to be there for 2 weeks, like $150, bro. Like
I paid like at 180.
Imagine, bro. I got it 150.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it was first 300. Like it's a lot. You definitely see the numbers, but I'm just like not entirely convinced it's real just because of what I've seen other people say about paying for playlists and stuff like that. So now the only way or reason I would use it is if I have like a single that's really good or whatnot, and I really wanted to do good numbers in the first week to get into the algorithm. That's the only way I would do it, so that I can get the plays in the first week from Truffle like a lot, and see if they can push that inside the algorithm and start showing it to other people. Because
maybe you could.
Spotify does, like if it's doing well, they'll start like pushing the song other places and trying it out. So that's the only reason I would pay. But like for WHINE UP, I didn't pay for that song to be there. For the previous one, the 6th one on 12, I didn't pay for it. And it's just, you see, it also hurts to see that if you're not paying, you're not getting the numbers.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's fucked up, you know what I'm saying? Because it low-key sucks that you need to be paying them all the time instead of like building a fan base with followers that'll like organically listen to your music. But yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if we just need to learn more about the industry in the sense that all big artists, the labels are paying to be like in these playlists. I don't know.
I think so too, man. Think about it.
I think it in a sense it is like that too.
If you create a playlist, imagine if you create a playlist that, like, let's say you don't have to go crazy. You have like 20,000 people actively listening. you know, you're gonna have people approach you like, "Hey, let me pay you a certain amount to you get on your playlist." You know what I mean? I would charge people. You know what I mean? Like if it's, but I would charge for like quality. You know what I mean? You would be like, you know what I mean? That's a dope ass track. I'm gonna have it on there. You know, and
100%. But you see what you said. That's a dope ass track. I want it there. But for Truffle, I
there's
ain't
some
seen
whack ass tracks in there.
whack ass tracks in that bitch. You know, and that's just, that first of all threw me off. I was like, man, these guys are getting money from everybody. Then just like, eh. And yeah, dude, because
I don't
like,
know, bro. That's a dark world in the fucking music industry when people like, you know what I mean? There's some people that have that cash that just like, you know, they'll throw themselves up there, and there's some people that just have the connection. You know, that's why I feel like sometimes when you get to that level, it's important to have the PR agent, and you know what I mean, a marketing agent or whatever, marketing rep, your own marketing, because that's what they technically do, you know, with your track. Because who knows if they're actually just, you know what I mean? That's why I always wonder. I was like, because I've been, one of my songs, I was getting I was getting more plays on YouTube than anything. I was like, maybe it was getting market to YouTube. Like if you look, if you could, yeah, you could look on on your wherever you distribute your music. I got it on DistroKid. So
yeah,
DistroKid will tell you the certain amount that's getting played during like your songs. Like mine, of course, was like Spotify, but then it showed a percentage of, you know, YouTube, Dresser. You know, I made it to iHeartRadio. You know what I mean? I don't
really.
know. Yeah. So it's like it varies. So who knows, dude? It's one of those things that you kind of want to be like, you shit on it because it's like, why are you having these trash ass tracks? But then it's like, if it's showing you the number, I don't know. It's weird. It's a fucking weird
Yeah. So what I
moment
don't want is my information, like my data, to be filled with fake facts.
for
Basically,
sure.
that's what I don't want. Like, uh, the numbers that Truffle is giving me or whatever are not real.
Hmm.
So if I ever want to throw a concert, say, because people listen to me in the UK, apparently,
Yeah.
I go there and I don't sell any tickets because there weren't any real people, you
Yeah,
know?
they were fake ass. I mean, that's when the point that you go to, you know, that's when you hire an actual like marketing firm that's gonna cost you like, you know, 2-3 grand. That's what sucks because it is fishy when you hear, oh, $150 that we could get you a certain amount of plays or something. We get you this certain amount of audience for that cheap. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
bro, damn. I just checked out your
Free.
no, but the follower count in your
That's what was freaking. That was freaking me out because I was like,
1,700. That's a lot, bro.
I don't. I don't. That's what's crazy about this. It's like, is it real? Is it real or is it not? Because it's like, you know what I mean. Because it's like for me, I when I saw because on Spotify, you know, on Spotify artist app, it tells
Yeah.
you, it gives you updates. It's like, congratulations, you're 500 followers. I was like, oh shit. I'm like, what track?
One to the other.
And then all of a sudden it was like, you have 1,000. I'm like, within 2 days, I was like, what the fuck, dude? Free. I'll be honest. I liked Free, but I didn't love it. I was like, yeah, it's a great track. It's very, you know, house basic. You know what I mean? It describes Sugar Brown.
Okay.
But then when I saw you know, because it was weird, because I tell you, um, it was on Truffle playlist for quite a bit. It was for like a month and a half.
Yeah, because they were like they got busted or something. Did you talk to him or no?
No, what happened?
So I put Waking Up in Dreams there, and I saw that it wasn't doing numbers like as the other tracks that had been there. So I reached out and I was like, yo, this is weird that it's not doing numbers when you said that if we got a singer on it, it was supposed to gonna do better numbers. And he's like, oh yeah, no. So we had a problem with Spotify. Um, they reprogrammed their, what was that? He said, their links or something.
Okay.
They they had to reprogram it, and so we lost, I don't know, well, blah blah blah. He told me something and he was like, but we're working on getting it fixed, and it should get fixed. We'll leave your songs longer to make up for that time, and that's why it stayed longer. Like
Oh,
I know mine stayed like 2 weeks longer, and it started to get back up normally
okay.
on their streams, like as per usual. But that little bust that they had there, it threw me off as well, because I was like, damn, like it's not doing the numbers that it used to from one day to the next, and then they're being kind of sketch about it. And it's weird.
I should
Like,
get him on the podcast. I should see who's the CEO of Truffle and see if they would be down to
that would
talk.
be interesting, bro. That would be super interesting.
Yeah, if you want, you could jump on there so we could talk to him and just see like what was the issue with
I mean,
that.
I've talked to him on the phone.
Okay, who's your rep? I have Brad.
Yeah, Brad too. Exactly.
Brad's yours? Okay. So you know what'd be funny if there's just one guy just scamming all these guys, all these motherfucking Brad.
Yeah, there was, to me, they reached out via email that,
Okay.
because they had people that were like scouting for up and coming artists, I guess, in Instagram, and that if I wanted to talk to the phone, and I was like, yeah, let's talk. Did you send him like pictures, like pictures for him to put like as the artist?
Yeah, I sent him my EPK, which is your electronic press kit. So basically, it shows like all like they could download. I'll show you. So you could do it. You could do it through Canva. It's sick. I have to do a fucking video of that. So you it's just basically all my photos, my logos, my releases and stuff. What I've got credit on and stuff. So it just shows that it's really good for labels too. Like for instance, you send a demo, you're like, here's my EPK and my demo and all this stuff, and they have links and stuff. So it just helps everybody so they can see a picture of you. What is VKZ? It's right here in this folder. So I would recommend it. You should definitely build one up once you have like press photos. If you got press photos, just fucking and then have someone write a bio for you. Just like talk to somebody, or you can like even write it yourself and stuff. And yeah, you should send that to labels and stuff. And that's why I sent it to him, the EBK, and it's helpful and shit. But
Yeah, bro.
yeah, man, it was weird. It was weird with that time frame, like what you said, when there was like no plays, because I was kind of like worried, because I was like, dude, I'm not getting shit. I'm getting like maybe 20, 40 a day, and then all of a sudden it was like, poof, like shot up.
It's just, you see, like that shit is just like sketch for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that, and like the follower count, it went up like doubled one day.
Mm-hmm. Because where are you at right now?
Right now I'm 270
Followers?
yeah.
Okay.
So I know that I got a couple from Truffle, but then I did the Facebook ads, and I've been getting a couple from there.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely more slow, but it's more organic. I feel it's more real. So I've been trying to stay more on that site. I mean, who knows? At the end of the day, it could be real from Truffle, but a good way to test it would be to release a song and not put it on the playlist after.
Yeah.
And see if you still get like a lot of plays. Like if you have more than 1,000 followers, maybe you could still get like 1,000 plays solid on a track,
Yeah, it should be. You mean it would make sense? Like what the
number wise, it makes sense. Yeah.
Because that didn't make sense for me, because once I was seeing that, I was looking at Baby. I was like, oh, let me see if people are listening to Baby. And they weren't listening to that much with Baby. I was like, maybe because they would at least press play to check it out. You know what I mean?
I know, bro.
So maybe not. maybe we gave fake followers.
Dude,
Fucking A.
That's why I'm not putting on the. But I mean, then again, dude, at the beginning, bro, if you need that couple fake things to look bigger, labels, so be it at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because that's just, it gives you a certain like not authenticity, but like if labels see, okay, he's gotten like 10,000 plays, like he's not bad or whatever.
Yeah.
He's a couple followers, okay, we can work with this. So I'm all about it at the beginning, to use it a little bit just to boost up whatever you look like.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's weird because this wouldn't be the appropriate word, but it shows credibility, if that makes sense.
I
Fake
know.
credibility.
I know, dude. But that's why I'm saying, like, me, for example, I'm starting to look other ways that I can market, and shit. So I'm
Same
just starting
here.
to learn Facebook ads, Instagram ads, all that
Insta
shit.
Instagram influencers. You should look into like I've been even thinking about hitting TikTok influencers and seeing like, hey, how much would it pay for my do a video of my song? Because
Yeah,
TikTok, man, is just going all crazy right now. People are getting ridiculous. Like there's literally a TikTok song that has over 200 million plays because they just continue. Because if you know, if they play your TikTok, if they play your music on TikTok, that counts for a play, and people are just getting ridiculous
on
amounts.
Spotify.
No, on TikTok. Yeah, on well, they count it as a play on Spotify because they connect it to Spotify. Check it out, dude. It's fucking crazy. People are just like, there's this one TikTok song that has just been nuts. That's just been going ham, and they because they like it so much that they actually go listen to it. So it doesn't really count as let me refer it. It doesn't really count as a play when they play but they'll most likely most of them click on the song to figure out where the original song is because on TikTok they'll say you can use this sample, but then you can listen to the actual sample or the actual song right here. So people will click. Like I've clicked on songs. I was like, man, that's a cool track. You click on it, goes to their Spotify, and you listen to it, and it's crazy, man. These people, they're just making bedroom music, and they're fucking getting 200 million plays.
Yeah, but see, that is still more organic because TikTok is like there's real people clicking on
Real,
the
man.
song, like it's not bots or you don't know who. Those are real accounts of people, um, just went viral, on a platform.
Hmm.
So that'd be dope, man. But it's just like, dude, I don't know if it's the time or the energy to be posting a shit ton on TikTok. Like I'm not. It's
Are
just
you? But or maybe you're afraid. What are you afraid of?
I mean, not really because I post there. It's just I spend so much other like all my other time like working, making music, and then trying to figure out stuff and stuff like that. When if you really want to make it on TikTok, you need to be posting like 1 or 3 times per day.
Yeah, at
The
least.
fuck am I gonna post about 3 times a day? Like
Yeah, you could look at trends. I've been looking at trends. I'm convicted too, man. I haven't been posting. I just posted today on TikTok, and it's been like a week and a half of not posting shit. But it's
yeah,
because I was just like sometimes I overthink too much. That's what's been happening to me lately with music. I've just been overthinking way too much shit, to the point that it's just like I shut down when it comes to it with the music. I'm just like or things in general. So maybe you're overthinking it and just like instead just being you, just doing a breakdown of your track would be sick. Just be like, this is how I made the drums. Duh. That's why I've been trying to do lately, just doing breakdowns of my remixes and
yeah.
uploading it.
Actually, that's interesting because I could split a video and do like, okay, drums, 1 minute on the drums. Okay, two
Yeah.
synths, 1 minute on the synths, and then I got 3 videos just like that,
Uh-huh.
out of just like 3 instruments.
Dude, do it that way. Or even, you know what I've been thinking about? Like your whole, like, I see you on the weekends. You have your cigar and then your drink. It'd be
Yeah,
kind of cool. You have like maybe an inspiration on the weekend, like, but it'd be like in Spanish. So like you just like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it'd be, I always thought it would be interesting if you doing that. Just be like, hey, welcome to the vibes of Saturday. Let me hit you with some truth. Never, it'd be kind of a cool like a quote, and then you just like give it your style. Because I
yeah,
think it'd just be kind of cool, because you already have that swaggerness of like the drink and cigar. It's like,
yeah. Honestly, bro, because I have my planner here, and I had on for Saturday, I had to make a plan about how I'm going to um how much money I'm gonna need to start promoting like all the songs, and how can I start doing other things to grow like social media and just like marketing and shit. So
mhm.
that's not a bad idea to like start
Just
my restaurant.
one of many ideas, man. It's I get it, man. It's figuring out the time to do production and market yourself the most. It's like it's hard, dude. This shit's really hard by yourself. Like for me, I'm back to myself. Tori, she just, she's right now she just can't do the whole management and stuff. So it's like back to square one, and it's now I'm like realizing it's like, man, there's a lot of shit you gotta deal with. Social media.
Of course, bro. Yeah, dude. So she's not managing you anymore. Or...
No, you mean we've talked about it. You know, I mean, I understand it. You know, sometimes it's just like you don't, you know, you're not in the right mindset, or just maybe something that you're not really, you know, made out to be. And so, you mean that's the hardest choice to understand is like, when is enough? You know what I mean? So,
I mean, just right now, it's not the moment for like in the music industry. It's not going through a good moment either way, you know. So,
but this is a way that I feel that right now, especially people are like dude, people are struggling right now. People are fucking struggling, both ends, especially in the entertainment world. We're the dead last people to get back in the workforce, and it's
100%.
scary.
That's the thing. Like, are you working right now or no?
No, bro. I'm out of work. Yeah. I actually got an email saying that we're furloughed till like, you know, end of September, but it's most
You're getting
likely
paid,
end
eh?
of the. But yeah, we're still getting paid.
Oh, okay, then that's good then. 'Cause
Yeah, that's the benefit of that, just still getting paid during this time and stuff. So,
then you're
but
getting paid and you can like work on music.
yeah, you know, but I'm still looking for other work and stuff. Like maybe even any projects I can work on. Maybe, you know, even working on somebody's album and stuff. That's what I've been trying to do, and just, you know, but people don't have money right now. People are just fucking. So I think this is the opportunity for us to figure out what we can do differently. Like for me, it's all these like the podcast. How can I enhance the podcast to make it benefit for myself and other people and my connection too? Because it's all about connections as well. Because, you know, I mean, this is the time. And then like me, I'm having this crazy idea. I was like, I wanted to go out to like East California, maybe in the Sahara Desert, and just like pop up, you know, do like a set out there. You know what I mean? Have my little, you know, keep my laptop, my decks and stuff, and just kind of like make a video of that and just upload it. It just on my set and shit like that. I've just been wanting to do that, or maybe you mean I might just fucking jiggy rig it on the green screen and just
Yeah.
put myself in different areas. Like let's say I'm in Egypt in the background and I'm just DJing. You know what I mean? It's just like for me, I want to get creative when it comes to these live streams.
No, of course, definitely, bro. Hold up, let me see. I'm trying to check something.
But yeah, bro, just like that, and just kind of, you know, finding different outlets that, you know, you know, could get, you know, more followers. Just like, you know, what I mean, because you know, I mean, for me, the problem is just like trying to get my music out there. It's just and showing, you know, showing people what, you know, hey, you know, I am capable to entertain and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Plus, you know, it's the shit that I love. You know, you know, you release music because you love that. You know, you love your music. You
Yeah.
want people to, you want to share the experience with other people. That's you know, that's the objective of it.
Yeah, most definitely. Um, I feel you, man. I have the same like it's the same for me. Just trying to get it out there, and and yeah, should like get a fan base. But I mean, I feel like slowly but surely, you know.
Yeah, just all be patient. You don't want to be like Walter Mercado and just fucking, you know, hit it big, and then some asshole just steals your shit, dude. It's just like,
Documentary.
yeah, dude,
Yeah,
that's crazy, bro. Did your parents, did your family ever got into it or not?
yeah, of course it was playing back home.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course, huge figure. But
I never knew anything about that shit, dude. Like, you
really?
know, no, I knew Walter. Like, my grandparents loved it, you know, but
Oh,
like,
like what went down
what
with
went down,
yeah,
dude?
me neither.
Because all of a sudden it was like he was gone. And you're like, what the fuck happened? Like, no explanation, you know, you've heard it, and then just like, you know what I mean? It was just really, really, really sad to see. Because you know, he seemed like a good hearted person, and just like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, anyways, man, when are you releasing a song next? You know?
That's a good question, man. Right now, I'm just trying to figure out what to put on the books, man. I know we got our song, fucking Bedroom. And I haven't, honestly, to be truthful, I haven't touched that shit in months. I looked at the project and I was like, yeah, do you do that sometimes? Do you go through projects and you're just like, okay, let me just get inspiration on something. Let me see if I can spark on a track.
100%. Yeah, most definitely.
So you mean that one? I definitely want to get released before end of the year and stuff, but I haven't really touched anything. I think if I do, it'd be another song, but I'm not sure. You know what I mean? I have this one track called Smile. I showed to you. Dude, it's way better than the original one. I totally just I had to reconstruct the track all over again.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just, for me, it's kind of funny because like when you start on a track and you're almost at the end of finishing, and then you're just like, man, this just sounds way too basic. And have you ever like just shredded apart and then just restarted?
Yeah, dude. What I'm doing is I did it right now for my next release. I just save as and a new project, and then I have the older version, and then I have a new version which I'm like fucking around with it, completely like dismantling,
Hmm.
and then see which one I like better.
And then most likely, which one do you go for? Do you go back for the original one, or
Well, right now I was working on this one, and then I think I'm gonna go back to the original.
Oh, really? Well, how come? It was just like, was it
I mean,
too crazy?
I just like I wanted to see if there was some space for me to sing, and then I wanted to maybe make it a little bit more ear friendly. I don't know, and then I was like, dude, I don't know. I think the original sounds good as it is either way. So I was just working on that before we hopped in on this call, and it was just a little fucking like heartbreaking, because then I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna put this one out. I'm gonna look for another one.
Uh huh.
And then that just sucks because there's something that for me, I wanted to get it done like by Saturday latest, because I want to submit it 3 weeks before. But then I'm like, fuck, I need to get a song done like in 3 days. And then I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I don't know if but I know I can. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna put this one out and just fuck it.
Yeah.
Like you're just running through all these things in your mind. So I'll tell you something. This project 12, I'm not doing it again until like 4 years from now. Like, and unless I have all the tracks ready beforehand.
Because this
That's
dude,
a learning lesson for
that's
sure.
crazy. Because it's like you're almost finishing songs when they're not even done, and you're like scheduled and stuff. But it's ballsy, man. Like for me, that's ballsy. That's ballsy because it's like you don't. I'm the same way. I was like, like right now, I'm challenging right now. I'm trying to figure out what's the next release. Since especially when you're coming off from like a good release, like your first track that is doing so well. So it's like that pressure of like releasing the next track and hopefully making it, go well as well. I like, what's the feeling like? Do you feel like, holy shit, do I need to, start prepping myself for the next track, or?
Yes, in a sense, because the more tracks you release and the more people hear you and they like it, I mean, your expectations are bigger. You're like, the next one's gonna be better. The next one's gonna be better.
Mhm.
But then sometimes you're just like right now, for example. I mean, I'm like, it is what it is, man. Like if not every song is gonna be a hit, like far from it. Especially like me, that I'm so eclectic in my releases. Like I can be one place and then the other. You just gotta roll with it. I know that next year I'll be definitely changing my strategy and be like pushing more tracks. Like whenever I have a release, I'll go ahead and probably make a video for it, and then I'll start pushing it 3 weeks before and start making ads, and then start making, like, I'll give it a lot of attention for about a month beforehand. But since I'm releasing each month, I can't do that right now
Yeah.
because I got to be promoting one for like a week or two, and then I even haven't finished the other one yet. And then how can I promote the other one while the other one's running? So it's like it's hard, man. It's definitely hard. Like I didn't know it was gonna be this hard, but like things you learn, for
Yeah,
sure.
especially you're a one man team. Think about it. You gotta be
Yeah,
the producer, you gotta be the marketer, you gotta be the fucking social media manager, you wearing 10 fucking hats in one person. It's hard to handle sometimes. You got to schedule your days out. And so, you know what I mean? It's tough because, like, certain days you want to be a producer. You don't want to be fucking social media. You're like, man, fuck
Um,
social media. So that's, you know what I mean? But these are the times that you're going to be, like, looking back. You're like, man, that was rough, but I'm so glad that I don't have to do it again. You know what I mean? That, you know, I could just fully focus on music. And you know what I mean? So, fuck, it's tough, dude. It's really tough to follow, you know, like, especially that. You almost have to get that shit done like a year before. And then, you know, that's why, you know, you hear guys like Kendrick Lamar, they have, you know, they released the album, but they're like right now they're in the works of, you know, finishing their album. And then boom, 2, 3 years later, they
dude,
release
it's
it.
like years later, like years.
Years later, bro.
Uh,
But they might do features here and there just to kind of keep themselves relevant. They might, you know, have a deal and stuff. So I think long as you don't lose focus on, you know, why you're releasing music, you know what I mean, who is VKZ, I think you're fine, bro. Honestly.
yeah, no, yeah, and I won't. I'm excited to just keep working and shit, but right now it's just a hard time in the sense of like finishing this because I wasn't aware of what I was getting into when I said I was gonna do a song each month.
Mhm.
I mean I was aware it's gonna be hard. I just wasn't.
It was going to be this hard.
Yeah, in a sense of like decision making because it's about time for me like to decide and then I'm gonna have to like just decision making in general because that's what producers are at the end of the day, decision makers. You know,
Mhm.
you're gonna go with this and you're gonna go with that, and just like not having the chance for me to just like work on this a little bit longer if I want to because it has to be submitted by certain day. That's what fucks me up. But
But sometimes it puts the pressure on you to actually finish it cuz what if you have a lot of time and you're not able to finish it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You get lazy about finishing it.
no, I agree. But we'll just have to see next year in terms of as the year goes on how I am like in terms of releasing music. I don't have a problem about like finishing stuff and shit like that.
Mhm.
But we'll see.
I think it's gonna be a test as a producer itself, just to
Yeah.
kind of get yourself, you know, be like finishing production faster. Like what you said with that, you know, that remix, it took you 5 hours to finish. It's really good skills to have.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what can we look for the next release? What style? Can you give us a hint? Like,
It's it's more on the like psychedelic I say R&B type of shit.
all right, oh shit,
Yeah, yeah, I'm
that's
working on
dope.
the vocals, see if I can get like a little hook on, but it's definitely a trippy song. Again, like I love doing that trippy shit. So
Yeah.
we'll see, man. I'll probably work on it right now after we finish.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm so pumped, bro. I'm excited. Fucking, you know, Wine Up's out now, guys. So go stream it. It's fucking sick, dude. I love it. You get my ear candy when it comes to like the whole reggae vibe. So anytime I hear a reggae beat or Afro beat, I'm like, dude, this shit's rad. Anything coming up that you want to promote? You got, you know, are you doing any live streams at all or?
Not, I wanted to do one, but I need to get my agenda together and
Okay.
set a plan for shit like that. So I
Bro, hold on. Let me pitch you an idea. Will you be down to go in the desert or maybe in the woods and we just do like a set?
I'd be down, bro, but I just don't know how to like mix 100%. Like I need to.
Don't worry, we'll practice. We'll try to practice.
Yeah, what I can do is I can depends on what you're mixing, but I can hook up a guitar and shred in some parts and shit like that.
Yeah, we'll have to like plan this out because I want to get it done like maybe before like end of August and stuff. I think we
Hit me
dope.
up, just hit me up, and then we'll fuck around and
Yeah, yeah. How do you feel like people coming over? You still kind of worry about the whole COVID thing?
no, no, not really, bro.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm COVID free. Well, for now. You mean I don't know about you. I
Yeah,
don't know if you got that
yeah. If you
shit.
ever wanna come down and just work and shit, just let me know, bro.
Yeah,
And
we'll have to do a live stream too with that shit. I think it'd be interesting just to kind of get us back to the whole live. because I haven't done a live stream in whatever. But okay, brother. Well, thanks for coming on, man. It's always a bless. I'm so psyched, dude. Every time I listen to a news track, I get fucking inspired by your sound. I'm like, dude, how is this motherfucker doing that shit? And just like, it's so cool, man. Victor, I appreciate it, brother. Thanks for everything.
We'll be talking, right?
All right. I'll hit you up later. See ya.
Bro.
So yeah, guys, that was the interview. Hopefully you liked it. I fucking love it. I always love talking to Victor about music, life in general. Just like, it's just so much fun to shoot the shit with a good friend. And yeah, it was phenomenal. So that was it, guys. I don't have anything new. Just kind of like, I'm still working on some stuff. Right now I'm kind of busy on other side projects, and so hopefully I get new music, more videos. Let me know what you guys think about the interview, and yeah, just hit me up whenever and shit. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. I'm on TikTok and all the other stuff. Yeah, you can find out. I have the links on the bottom. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys on the next one.